Kelly, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, thank you to all the witnesses for being here. Secretary Raven, I spent 25 years on active duty in the Navy, and both in the Navy and at NASA, I've had the privilege of serving with people from all over the country, and at NASA, all over the planet to some extent, in support of a bunch of different missions. You know, the diversity of our crew, especially at my career at NASA, made us stronger. But that's also true for the military as well. You know, each individual's background and perspective made a team more resilient, more ready for whatever challenges we faced, whether it was in the air, at sea, or even in space. So I want to thank the witnesses for the work that they've done to make sure that our service branches represent our country. You know, the young people who choose to serve are the best that our country has to offer, and we need all of them. And I've always found that when you have people from different backgrounds, you get different perspectives, your ability to solve problems increases when you have a diverse team. You know, the demands that we place on our military members are really significant. And since 2012, when many of the initiatives being discussed today here, when they began in the Pentagon, we have fought 2 wars since then. When we've worked to counter a rising China, and we've conducted raids and strikes on bin Laden and other terrorists and extremist groups. And this has stretched our forces really thin. I think we all understand that. You know, there have been extended deployments and a lot of stress on military families. So, Secretary Raven, some argue that our military isn't focused on the right things. But I don't think that's true. You know, because when we're asking this much of our service members, we need to ensure that they see a place for themselves in the United States military. And that's the only way we can recruit and retain the best and brightest. So, Secretary Raven, I've said before that many of the initiatives that we're discussing began in 2012, or before that, just a year after the bin Laden raid. So I want to ask you, have these initiatives detracted from the readiness of the United States Navy? Would our Navy SEALs be less likely to succeed in conducting a mission like the one that killed bin Laden today if we needed them to do that?
Senator, the answer is no. There's been no detraction from the primary mission of both the Navy and Marine Corps to defend our nation and do so in a forward deployed manner. And I would also say that General Berger, Commandant of the Marine Corps, was recently asked a similar question, and he said there was zero evidence, that's a quote, zero evidence that all these initiatives have impacted our readiness.
And of the dozens of no-fail operations our service members have conducted over the last decade, do you have any evidence at all that these initiatives have adversely impacted our success anywhere?
No.
Okay. And are our service members as ready as they have ever been to fight the enemy right now?
They are.
All right. Well, thank you. And thank you again for all of you for being here. And I yield back, even though my clock doesn't work.
You yield back 1 minute and 18 seconds. It'll go on your account. Senator Sullivan, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll try not to